Good morning.
Good morning.
This is Robert,
And Suzanne.
and we're Clarity, and we're coming to you this fine morning, and this is Clarity's Process Podcast. So
Yes.
welcome again. This is about our fourth one, I think, or maybe five. And we're gathering them up, and we'll place
We'll have
one.
them on the website.
Yeah.
But also we'll have it on the long spoon if you get that.
Yes. So I think we'll embed it in our blog on our website, which is situlacodex.com. All lowercase, all one word, SITULACODEX. And we'll post that in a link below.
And why would that be interesting to us and you is that we're kind of a different kind of artist pair. We work together on the same project at the same time. If we do a painting, we're on the painting at the same time.
Yeah.
We put our pens down.
And it's a
together.
hallmark of our work.
Oh, it's a hallmark of our work.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is. And we've done that for 35 years, and it's been unbelievably satisfying and fulfilling.
Quite a glorious adventure for both of us.
Yes, and it's really deepened our relationship and partnership, and we've seen the way we see.
Oh, the way we see, yes. And I think the advantage we have for one another is that obviously there are two of us, so that as we're in the work, the beginning, the middle, and the end, there's conversation. We can talk to each other. We can talk about the process. We can talk about where we are inside the piece that we are watching unfold before us as we are, I guess, the instrument of it moving through into expression.
Well, we also allow it to negotiate our lives. Is breaking down things that are in our way together to negotiate an easier process.
Yeah.
And that also the working together gives us great insight into the male and female within a body of work.
Good morning.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say, is that combination of perspective kind of woven together is just very expansive for us.
Well, that creates a real balance. It keeps you from living in polarity, and
It does.
It creates a great balance of the feminine and the male, and the there's no place for the pole to stick.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think, too, that because we know that a lot of creatives, a lot of you out there listening, maybe don't have a creative partner. I mean, someone that is actually working with what your projects that you're working on. But even so, when the two of us work, we have a sense of completion that we allow of ourselves, that we are sharing. Combined, we have that same completion as well. So even if you're an individual, you can come to your project feeling a completeness inside yourself, and that's what you want to share. That's as that enters into if you're a glass blower or a sculptor or a painter or a mixed media artist or a dancer, you're bringing your whole self to it, and that's what people connect with.
And it's that balance that enables you to fully facilitate the process in your life. And that's what we each day as individuals and as partners wish to come to, is that confidence and that conversation with the negotiative parts of ourselves.
Yes, and I think that, you know how with all the movies that are made that you can stream, or especially when they're the DVDs of them, they would have the segment that is behind the scenes. Well, everyone got to the point that they loved seeing the behind the scenes. What they're interested in is the process, how the movie either got built and made, the location, the funny scripts and outtakes that people have.
And how the actors came to their ideas.
Yes, how all that happened. Well, with an artist, like if you're a painter or writer, whatever, everyone is there with the end product. But we were fascinated that the end product is showing the process. And so this podcast is showing you the behind the scenes of the components and the elements that
Well,
make up process.
And right now in our process, we realize that we need to move into an earlier hour.
This has been joyous
and
for
get
us.
our movement early in the morning, because it kind of sets us down into our body of work. So we're starting to try to navigate ourselves at 5 o'clock in the morning, so that we get out to the boardwalk, which is such a gift in Rockland. And there you can walk a wooden boardwalk that's right at the ocean.
Yeah, and so it's very sweet for us.
And you get to see the sunrise and the sunset here.
It's just wonderful.
And there's really nothing in the way.
But the process, this is part of our, excuse me, we're folding in this morning light and the walking. And we're doing, like you...
And then we do our Qigong.
Yeah, and that is
at the
folded into
ocean.
our body.
And then it helps our body be ready
And today, I just mentioned
to
because
be in conversation with us.
and I
that day.
had more conversation inside my Qigong today when the part where you pull back the bow part, all of a sudden I saw that as, releasing the arrow to something that you wanted to succeed in, something you wanted to attain, or something that you wanted to come to you. So all of a sudden there was conversation inside the movement as well, and it's...
Well,
so
we had created
process is wonderful.
In the last week, we've been working creating a new book. That's almost like an app. It's a flip book, but it's called the
Princial tapping system.
Yes, and there's a whole tapping part that is about pulling back the bow, and we had tapped that last night when we did our class, and I realized that when you said that's already set in place in our movements. So you thought of the facilitation of being able to pull back the bow in our Qigong this morning. I love that. I love this new tapping system.
It's so integrative to what we
because
have
of
done
the Imprensio,
and worked with.
It assists the tapping system pull back the arrow, and it assists it in being able to take the creative life and set it into place instead of it being divided out.
Yeah.
And so it's very helpful, and I'm excited about it. We're going to have it on the website within a couple of weeks, and or even sooner. But we did do it in the flip book that we did this week for our class. So you can that is already on our website.
Yes.
That flip book. So you can go there, and there's lots of the tapping zones that you can walk into.
You'll notice on the tabs at the top of the page, you'll find Clarity's flip book, and if you hover over that, then there's a drop-down box, and it's flip books 1 through 10. 10 is up at the top, which is the latest, most current flip books, but you have a whole history of flip books going back a couple of years. So it's very supportive and helpful for the creative journey. It gives you an insight into the creative process, which our desire is that we've had so much support just intuitively that comes to us, and we love sharing it because we know that people...
so much of the creative process in this world is not really recognized as part of the creative process.
Exactly. So good morning. We had
Everybody's
a wolfhound dog go past, and he looked very wolfish. Yeah, he looked like a character out of a storybook.
Definitely a character
Didn't he?
out of a storybook.
So process happens everywhere. All the elements just start falling in around you as you really, this seems silly, but as a childlike, as you wish for it. Because that's your want and desire. And when you put that there, if you're patient enough, some kind of form of element of it may not be exactly what you imagine, but there's going to be something of it that comes to you because it's something you're hoping for.
Well, when you become more willing to let everything be part of it, then your creative process is not just when you sit at the art table. Your creative process, then you start making your life break down into it, and then everything talks to you. So that you've been in the creative process all day long, you have worked in a body of work all day long, and you can actually assimilate and corrugate everything of your day into that creative process. And when you're done, you'll have all kinds of new bodies of work.
It's true. I was just thinking as the wish for part. I was thinking like, say for instance, you wish you had some new paintbrushes. Instead, you stumble across this whole big handful batch of sticks. Okay, and all of a sudden it sends you off on a tangent of doing mark making. You take the sticks, you dip it into to inks or dyes or paints or whatever, and you get another canvas or another surface to work on, and suddenly you're doing mark making that is informing you as it unfolds what your other piece or your next piece is going to be.
Today, we're working in the garden, and we're adding a whole body of dirt into a large area
trough thing.
For the trough. But it's a body of work.
It is.
And so as
it's
we
part of the art of
work the work, and then we start planting the plants, we're mark making.
Yes.
And so you can be inside your creative process because everything you do is creative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You never know where.
The more you can break that down, the more you can have a large embodiment of your creative life.
Yeah, if you wish for everything to become magical, everything magical becomes. Say you're at the sink and you're washing dishes by hand, and there's the soap bubbles all of a sudden kind of float up, but they're clustered in a bubble set of 3, and that shape suddenly goes, oh my gosh. There's something about that reminded me of such and such, and I needed to remember that, and now I can incorporate it. Or that shape is something I've been thinking I wanted to do, and suddenly it's right in front of your eyes.
Well,
and
everything in your life,
everything can be magical
if you allow it, can be a form informed by your auric field. And so you can draw things and bring things. When your auric field, you allow it to inform you, and it be informed. All at once, all day long, it's pulling answers to you. It's pulling new ideas. It's navigating you to the things that you need if you're open to it, coming in many different ways.
Yeah, as you're talking, I'm looking across you towards the railing here at the boardwalk, and there are 2 pair of pigeons sitting there on the railing. All of a sudden, I just saw them as 4 characters. If that was a painting, maybe all of a sudden you thought, 4 shapes in relationship to one another. All of a sudden that could springboard you into a direction that is just wonderful for yourself.
Yeah,
and that just came by a glance. So,
so let your life inform you.
Yeah, let your life inform you.
Well, I guess
that's very good. We will stop for now. This is Robert.
And Suzanne.
And we're Clarity, and you're listening to Clarity's Process Podcast. Thanks for joining us.